This specific headset, called Magic Leap, is the one I'm choosing to work with because it's really robust. It works very well, has a lot of inputs, and it's got a nice, easy to use developer pipeline. Easy to use in the sense of get ready to read a lot of documentation and be frustrated if you've never tried to make anything like this before. Like I have. I've never made games before. I've never done anything like this before. I'm a 2D designer who got stuck in the lie that I was bad at math. It's not true for anyone ever. We're all programmers. We all speak language, and we all think. So it's really all it takes. Jump into whatever makes sense to you, and I really want to see what you create. Really want to find you, and especially those of you who are looking at this medium as something that is going to solve problems or bring things to light that previously were invisible. This, to me, is a paradigm shift in the way we see and are. I liken it to the very invention of glasses itself, the very invention of words themselves. This is a big one. This is a big one. Stepping inside of the visualizations of a computer in a world where we're increasingly adding computational measuring to it means that this is the sight of the future. This is the superpower of the future. The normal power of the future, in the same way that not being literate doesn't grant you into an access of a certain universe. Whether this is good or bad is something I grapple with, but it's ultimately not up to me to decide the way that people will take things. I don't think it's inevitable that these kinds of technologies will just immediately be adopted, especially not any particular brand, right? We know how innovation really works. It's never that easy. But the idea of this, the idea of the computer existing and you existing within the computer is far too compelling to ignore. There's too much potential here for everyone, and it's going to be explored. So I really hope that the heart makes its way into here and we explore these kinds of things and this kind of ability from a perspective of almost a childlike sort of glee. Don't be naive in the sense that, there's a lot of embedded aspects into this. Even the fact that I plug it into the wall still. And if you know about these things, keep going. In fact, let's try to make ways of seeing all the different web of karmic connections that make these kinds of things problematic. My hope is, again, to continue to bring things into the light. This is a technology that projects light on your eyes. To not utilize it in the pursuit of light would be not using an important tool in your toolkit. Not the only tool, but an important one. Concepts like pranic healing and energy work and the different energies of the body are much easier to communicate in this. I'm working on it and I love it. I've already changed the way I can see just in my little experiments with this. There are certain things that are going to be just easier to show than tell. Imagine living in a world where we share a performance layer where we can pantomime with holograms anything we like to fill in the edges between things that we don't know the words for. All of us speaking art, and that art being grounded in math to create a synergy, an ultimate synthesis of what humans have been up to for these previous hundreds, thousands of years with our various ways of bridging the divide between what's in there and what's in here and creating something between us. This is the latest something between us, and it's a space for infinite somethings between us that are potentially very non-destructive, very collaborative, very uplifting. What we choose to do with technology is what it becomes. And now is the time for everyone, even if you feel like an imposter, to jump in and make technology what you want it to be. I want to see what's in your heart. And I think that this is a big part of how you can free not just your mind, but your spirit. Play like a goat. Watch like a hawk. This future is ours. The future is yours. The future is mine. Evil is telling someone they can't, ever. You can, and please show me. Thank you.